Welcome to the informative presentation on selection process. Recruitment of junior associates, customer support and sales. Please go through the detailed advertisement number CRPD CR 2024-25 24 for reference and full instructions in this regard. Selection procedure. There will be phases in the process of selection of the candidates. Phase 1, preliminary examination. Objective test of 100 marks. This will be conducted online. Phase 2, main examination. Objective test of 200 marks. This will also be conducted online. Apart from this, test of specified opted local language. Those who qualify for selection but did not study the specified opted local language in class 10th or 12th will be subjected to test in specified opted local language. This test will be conducted after provisional selection but before joining. Candidates not found proficient in specified opted local language would be disqualified. Preliminary examination. Preliminary examination will be conducted online. 100 objective type questions will be asked for 100 marks. This test would be of 1 hour duration, consisted of 3 sections. 3 sections with separate timings for each section. For English language, number of questions is 30, marks 30, time allotted is 20 minutes. For numerical ability, number of questions is 35, marks 35, duration is 20 minutes. For reasoning ability, number of questions is 35, marks 35, duration is 20 minutes. For overall, number of questions 100, marks 100, duration is 1 hour. Preliminary examination. There will be negative marks for wrong answers in the objective test. 1/4 of marks assigned for question will be deducted for each wrong answer. No minimum qualifying marks are prescribed for individual test or aggregate score. Category-wise merit list will be drawn on the basis of aggregate marks scored. Adequate number of candidates in each category as decided by the bank, approximately 10 times of the number of vacancies subject to availability, will be shortlisted for main exam from the list of all candidates arranged in descending order of aggregate marks scored. Section-wise marks will not be maintained. The medium of examination question in objective test except for test of general English will be English and Hindi and in the language according to state applied or as per notification. Structure of main exam. The exam will be conducted online. There will be 4 tests consisting 190 question objective type for 200 marks. Each test will have separate timings as mentioned below. General financial awareness, number of question 50, marks 50, duration 35 minutes. General English, number of questions 40, maximum marks 40, duration 35 minutes. Quantitative aptitude, number of questions 50, marks 50, duration 45 minutes. Reasoning ability and computer aptitude, number of questions 50, marks 60, duration 45 minutes. Bonus marks to trained apprentices. Trained apprentices of SBI may be given weightage in the main examination by awarding 2.5% of maximum marks, that is 5 marks out of 200 marks as bonus marks. The bonus marks will be added to aggregate score of candidates to arrive at a final aggregate score. These bonus marks will be given only if an apprentice has completed the apprenticeship in SBI successfully on or before 30th November 2024 and his or her conduct and performance is found to be satisfactory during the entire training period. Successful completion of apprenticeship training refers to passing of skill evaluation test, trade test and obtention of joint national apprenticeship certificate jointly issued by SBI, NSDC/BFSI, SSC. Examination. The medium of examination question in objective test except for the test of general English will be in English and Hindi and in language according to state applied for as per the notification. Penalty for wrong answers in objective test. There will be negative marking for wrong answers. 1/4 marks assigned to that question will be deducted for each wrong answer. Sectional marks will not be maintained. Qualifying marks and merit list. Candidates are required to score a minimum percentage marks on aggregate For SC, ST, OBC, PWBD, XS, DXS candidates, 5% relaxation available thereon. Minimum qualifying marks on aggregate will be decided by the bank. Section-wise marks will not be maintained. Merit list will be drawn state-wise, category-wise. Candidates qualified in the test, main examination will be placed according to their aggregate marks in descending order in respective state categories. Test of specified opted local language. Those who qualify for selection and produce 10th or 12th standard mark sheet certificate evidencing having studied the specified opted local language will not be subjected to any language test. In case of others qualified for selection, specified opted local language test will be conducted after provisional selection but before joining. Candidates not found proficient in specified opted local language would be disqualified. Provisional selection subject to qualifying specified opted local language. The marks obtained in preliminary examination phase 1 will not be added for selection and only aggregate marks obtained in main examination phase 2 will be considered for preparation of final merit list. Provisional selection will be made on the basis of candidates' performance in the test main examination. Final selection. Final selection will be subject to verification of eligibility for the post and information furnished in online application, qualifying in test of specified opted local language where applicable. Results of preliminary examination, main examination and final result will be made available on the bank's website. Waitlist. A waitlist of up to 50% of vacancies state category wise will be maintained. Candidates will be released from this waitlist on quarterly basis against non-joining and resignation out of the current batch only, subject to candidates securing minimum qualifying marks as may be stipulated by the bank for selection. The waitlist will be valid for a period of 1 year from the date of declaration of final result. Call letter. Download call letters and booklet Acquaint Yourself. The candidate should download their call letter, pre-exam training, preliminary exam, main exam. Download Acquaint Yourself booklet by entering their registration number and password/date of birth from bank's website. No hard copy of call letter, Acquaint Yourself booklet will be sent by post. Acquaint Yourself. Other detailed information regarding the examination will be given in Acquaint Yourself booklet, which will be made available to eligible candidates along with the call letter for test. Call letter for preliminary exam. Preliminary examination. The candidate should download their call letter and an Acquaint Yourself booklet by entering their registration number and password date of birth from bank's website tentatively from 10 days before the exam date. Call letter of preliminary exam will not be collected at the examination venue. However, it will be duly authenticated, stamped by the exam center staff. Candidate will need to retain the call letter along with authenticated stamped copy of ID proof safely. Those candidates who are called for main exam will be required to bring this call letter along with main exam call letter and other requisite documents as per information provided in the Acquaint Yourself booklet and call letter. Call letters for main examination. Candidates qualified for main examination would be able to download their call letter from bank's website following the instructions available on the screen tentatively from 10 days before the exam. At the time of main exam, candidate must bring duly authenticated preliminary exam call letter with authenticated copy of ID proof as well as main exam call letter at the time of main exam. These documents along with other requisite documents need to be submitted during the main exam. Candidate need to bring 2 additional photographs same as pasted by candidate on call letter along with the call letter and other requisite document as per information provided in the Acquaint Yourself booklet and call letter. Candidates reporting without photograph pasted on call letter or without 2 additional photographs same as pasted on call letter will not be allowed to appear for the exam. Proof of identity at the time of examination. The candidates must bring one photo identity proof such as passport, Aadhaar, PAN card, driving license, voter ID card, bank passbook with duly attested photograph, identity card issued by school or college, gazetted officer in official letterhead in original as well as self-attested photocopy thereof. The photocopy of identity proof should be submitted along with call letter to invigilators in the examination hall, failing which or if identity of candidate is in doubt, the candidate will not be permitted to appear for the test. Biometric verification. Bank at various stages may capture thumb impression or iris of candidates in digital format for biometric verification of genuineness of candidates. Candidates will ensure that correct thumb impression or iris is captured at various stages and any inconsistency will lead to rejection of the candidature. In case of any candidate found to be not genuine, apart from taking legal actions against him or her, his/her candidature will be cancelled. As such, they are advised not to apply any external matter like mehendi, ink, chemical, etc. on their hands. Action against candidates found guilty of misconduct. Candidates are cautioned that they should not furnish any particulars or documents that are false, tampered, fabricated, and they should not suppress any material information while filling up the application form. The bank would be analyzing the responses of a candidate with other appeared candidate to detect patterns of similarity. On the basis of such an analysis, if it is found that the responses have been shared and scores obtained are not genuine or valid, the bank reserves rights to cancel his/her/their candidature. Against candidates found guilty of misconduct. At the time of examination, if candidate is or has been found guilty of using unfair means during the examination or impersonating or procuring impersonation by any person or misbehaving in the examination hall or resorting to any irregular or improper means in connection with his/her/their candidature for selection or obtaining support for his/her/their candidature by any unfair means, such a candidate may, in addition to rendering himself/herself liable to criminal prosecution, will also be liable to be disqualified from examination for which he or she is a candidate, debarred either permanently or for a specified period from any examination or recruitment conducted by the bank. Use of mobile phones, calculator or any such devices. Mobile phones or any communication device are not allowed inside the premises where the examination is being conducted. Any infringement of these instructions shall entail cancellation of candidature and disciplinary action including ban from future examinations. Candidates are advised in their own interest not to bring any of the prohibited item included mobile phones to their venue of examination as arrangement for safekeeping cannot be ensured. Candidates are not permitted to use or have in possession of calculators in examination premises. General information reservation. Candidates serving in government, quasi-government office, public sector undertaking including nationalized banks and financial institutions will be required to produce proper discharge certificate from employer at the time of taking up appointment if selected. Caste certificate issued by competent authority on format prescribed by Government of India will have to be submitted by the SC/ST candidates at the time of joining if called for. A declaration will have to be submitted in the prescribed format by candidate seeking reservation under OBC category stating that he/she does not belong to creamy layer as on last date of registration. OBC certificate containing non-creamy layer clause issued during the period 1st April 24 to the date of taking up appointment if found suitable for will have to be submitted at the time of joining. Benefit of reservation under EWS category can be availed upon production of income and asset certificate issued by competent authority on the format prescribed by Government of India for the relevant financial year as per the exact DOPT guide. General information. The possibility for occurrence of some problem in the administration of examination cannot be ruled out completely, which may impact test delivery and or result from being generated. In that event, every effort will be made to rectify such problem, which may include the conduct of another examination if considered necessary. Candidates are advised to keep their registered email ID mobile active for receiving advice, viz. call letters, advice, etc. Appointment of selected candidate is subject to his/her being declared medically fit as per requirement of the bank and satisfactory completion of KYE Know Your Employee formalities. Such appointment will also be subject to the service and conduct rules of the bank. Any legal proceedings in respect of any matter of claim or dispute arising out of this advertisement and or an application in response thereto can be instituted only in Mumbai, and courts, tribunals, forums at Mumbai only shall have sole and exclusive jurisdiction to try any cause and dispute. Disclaimer. In case it is detected at any stage of recruitment that a candidate does not fulfill the eligibility norms and or that she has furnished any incorrect false information or has suppressed any material fact, their candidature will stand cancelled. If any of these shortcomings are detected even after appointment, their services are liable to be terminated. Decisions of the bank in all matters regarding eligibility, conduct of written examinations, other tests, selection would be final and binding on all candidates. No representation or correspondence will be entertained by the bank in this regard. Thank you.